All right, welcome back to this year's Premier League Racing. Or, geez, it's my league. I should really get that down. Premier Racing League. Week in review. Fourth episode here we got. Um, this week we'll have Darlington. So let's get started. I'm Camron Arendt, driver to number 3.
24 car, Dakota Nichols.
And your pole sitter, the 29, James Jackson.
Oh no, he had to throw that in there, didn't he?
Oh man. Oop, I lost. There we go. All right, so we'll just have a quick announcement here. For anybody that doesn't know, the sessions for the All-Star race at Mobility Resort Motegi, or Twin Ring, are now up, so people are able to go practice those. Both the qualifying session, which will be on Friday, can't remember the exact date, but the Friday before, and then the race session, which will be on Monday. We'll get more into exactly what we need people to do for both of those sessions as we get closer. Probably that session before the All Star race. But with that being said, we can go ahead and hop into the race. All right. So, as James had to put it, he started on the pole here. And throwback weekend, so plenty of colorful schemes. A lot more color than I was expecting.
Yeah, everyone did a great job. I was pleasantly surprised with after nobody had announced anything.
I don't think we had a single car that wasn't a throwback.
Edward was running the standard Kyle Busch Rebel, but
Did he run that this year? It might be a throwback to last year. Never know.
well, he ran it at Richmond too. So
Ah, darn. Well, it's a throwback in a sense. With somebody already on the wall there.
yeah, I guess I just took it too easy on the initial start.
I think we were all expecting a lot more tire wear than I think there ended up being.
Oh, most definitely, but like, just Miguel just was super fast from the drop. Oh, oh.
Little kiss of the wall. You see a lot of that.
I thought about maybe counting it and having a unofficial stripe count, but when I was watching replay, I was like, nope, too much.
Way too
Yep.
way too
Tell you
much. But
what,
like
I
I
was.
said, I mean, he ended up setting the pace early. It kind of surprised me. I know I kind of sat back there in fourth for a little bit, thinking we're just gonna ride, and he just kept walking away.
That was not something I want to see sitting in the points lead here. I was thinking the whole race, trying to figure out a way to get ahead of him. Because if he would have finished ahead of me and we both finished in the top 5, he would have hopped me in the point standings this week.
He's due for a win. I know we've said that for like 3 weeks, but like this just goes to show you he's got the speed.
I thought he was going to do it this week.
He was leading a bunch of laps at the beginning stages of the race, even with Dakota breathing down his neck.
Well, I didn't get there without controversy, but we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah, before we get to that, let's look at some paint schemes here.
Start with the
highlight
3 car.
everybody.
Let's go ahead and get that out the way.
The what?
The 3 car. Let's just go ahead and get it out the way because I see it's
It's-
still.
I
Oh
was
man,
thinking let's roll. We'll just roll through, but I think this is a old Kyle Busch COT throwback, the Transformers M&Ms for Miguel.
It is. I think it's well, what was that? 2008.
I think so because it looks like it's got the like the diamond plate back bumper that he had in that era. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good one. Other than it
really
looked
cool.
like the spec map was off. It looked like hazy, at least on my
Yeah, it
end.
was a little off. I know when I was riding behind him, it took me a couple laps to actually figure out what it was.
Oops.
Well, I don't know. Looking down the side of it, it actually.
Yeah,
That's what I get for looking at a bumper, because on the back I couldn't tell, but the side's pretty obvious.
I wonder if it's just like they were trying to replicate the diamond plate, and that's what came off as hazy. I don't know, but it definitely
I think so.
looked that way on live.
Well, Dakota's probably just confused at what a rear bumper looks like.
All right.
Alrighty, then we had my throwback to Tom McEwen, the Mongoose from the NHRA. Really happy with how me and my dad's paint schemes came out.
Yeah, that's the best paint schemes of the weekend.
Really cool theming, and the fact that you had both of you guys out there. Really cool.
And I liked how this one turned out for Griffin. The old Sterling Marlin Kodak film. A little different with a 6 instead of a 4, but I thought he did a good job with it.
He did a great job. I know you mentioned it last week, and I was like, I don't know how that's going to work on a next gen core, but it came out perfect.
Yep. Tell you what, the colors were so confusing to me because that was one other thing with throwback races. Nobody's running their usual paint schemes, so every time I was looking at Griffin, I was just confused who it was. I'm used to those John Deere paint schemes.
Yeah, it's definitely way different than what we're used to out of him for sure.
And then as we had spoiled during the Darlington, or the Talladega weekend review, the old William Byron, Jeff Gordon Exalta throwback.
I mean, look at this guy running a Chevy scheme on a Toyota. Can you believe that?
Who would
Oh,
do
you
such a
just-
thing?
You just wait, folks.
I do like the silver on that, though. I like that Gordon scheme.
Yeah, that's what made it stand out to me. Just like the chrome-ish finish.
Yeah.
I was going to grab my die cast of it so we can compare, but that's all the way over there. I'm not doing that.
And then we go from 2 paint schemes ago, paint scheme of the week, to atrocity of the week.
Oh boy.
Hey, now it came out pretty good.
It did.
Ignore the blue wheels.
Yeah, I
I don't
Chevy
know why I
scheme
didn't
on a
switch it.
Toyota, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I can't believe you do that, Dakota. Anyway, no, seriously though, I'm really kind of how it came out. Regardless of whether or not it's on a Toyota or a Chevy, I think I do. The only thing I changed is I think I made that silver on the bottom a little too dark. Would have made that a little brighter had I go back to do it again, but I don't know if I
Yeah,
can take the ridicule remaking this paint scheme ever again.
no, I will say, controversy aside, the attention to detail is really there. It actually was done really well.
Yeah, I like what you did. It looked good, and switching it to the Premier Racing League, making it look good enough, like it fits well. So busting your chops
And
because of the atrocity and the war crime that you committed, but
oh, for sure.
it
I
did
will
come
say
out
it is
well.
disappointing that the wheel stayed blue though, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah, there's supposed to be some chrome red wheels, but they didn't save for some reason, so we're stuck with the chrome blue that I run on my normal paint scheme.
Yeah, aforementioned Ed Smith and the Rebel 8.
You know, it's been a couple weeks since we've seen Ed. He might not have known.
That's what I was gonna say. Like as far as everyone that's here, more often than not, did it. Ed showed up for Richmond in this one, so I wouldn't expect him to be locked and loaded on a
The loop. Yeah.
Brandon Hare. Now, I'm not a Gordon guy. Did he actually run like this mixed scheme in like one of his last years, or?
I don't think it was in one of his last years. I think it's exactly what I was about to say. If you look on the bumper,
Oh yeah,
it
it's
was the
like a
20th
20.
anniversary DuPont. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember what year that was. It had to be.
Well, if you figure.
I guess it could have been one of his last years. That would have been like, I don't know, 2014,
Yeah.
2012.
Yeah, something in that ballpark. 13, 14, 15. But looks
Well,
good
it says
nonetheless.
20-year anniversary, so, well, that makes no sense because DuPont was founded in 1802, so I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Well, 20th year sponsoring him.
Yeah.
That could be right. Yep.
Yeah.
Because shoot, he was DuPont forever.
Yeah.
And
Until
then the
Exalta.
last, I don't know. Yeah, until Exalta.
But Exalta is DuPont, so.
Yep.
Right.
Oh,
Well-
yeah. Richard also didn't run a throwback.
Yep. He
Oh,
had
that's
a
right. Yeah, it
real
was the
busy
premiere.
weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't
He
have
went and
to
got
run.
Shout out
married or
Richard, he got
something,
married.
right? Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, how about you put some time into the things that matter, Richard?
Oh man.
And all
Really
of
cool
our
paint scheme though that I know he got somebody to make for him at the beginning of the season with the Premier Racing logos on it.
cool to see that he, cares that much for a league that started 8 weeks ago. That's awesome. I'd expect it from you,
It
Cam,
is.
being your baby, but
No, the fact that he runs it, it's pretty cool. The only
Yeah.
thing I'd change is you and Richard, or I said it right this time. You and Richard should have swapped wheels.
Yeah, exactly.
The first time I didn't say Robert, I'm so proud of myself.
Yeah, those wheels look pretty close to the ones that were supposed to be in my car. So if you can imagine.
Old Jim has
Alright,
lost a lap here. There he is.
there we go.
The snake portion of the Mongoose and Snake throwback schemes.
Really cool. I love seeing whenever you guys were close to each other, seeing the colors really pop next to each other. Compliment.
Colors weren't the only thing popping for Dad. He had a rough
Hey,
go.
Yeah, I
Hap
went
was the
back and
best.
watched your in car. It was a treat, like you said.
Yeah, he was like Richard, not for the same reason. He was out all weekend. He was at a car show with his brother and some buddies, and didn't get the testing that he should have for Darlington. So he was baptized early and often by the wall.
It's an unfortunate conflict of time there.
Yeah, much better suited for like a Michigan or a Talladega where you don't really test. So
Yeah, this going into this track blind like that, that's scary. Like I'm scared of this place, and I've ran here a few times.
yeah, well, and like
Just
I know we've talked about it. It's you earn every lap here, and it's like I didn't feel good about my qualifying lap until I crossed the line, and then realized that I had taken the pole.
No,
So
oh,
did
I didn't
they ever
feel
tell
good
you what
until the
my
race
time
was
was?
over.
I think we did talk about that.
what's that? Oh, how your qualifying time
Yeah.
is disallowed? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, keep it off the wall, bud.
It's in the rule
Thanks.
book. All right, what lap we got here? 24. I think actually coming up here, we'll have our first incident of the race. Speaking of Dakota and that wall.
Well, go ahead and give me front and center. Camera of shame coming up.
No, we discussed it and we looked at it. It's nothing anyone did wrong. I was trying to keep you behind me for a while, and just trying to arrow block and run my line, and we'll see it in about a lap here. And like you said, you went back and watched my in car. I was mad when it happened, but got over it pretty quick, and then in review, you find out that it's netcode, so that takes the onus off of you, but nonetheless frustrating. Right.
Real aggressive move into one. Everything's clean until it's not.
And then I wreck for the entirety of the backstretch, just no control.
Oh,
I think I had to manually throw a caution for this one too. iRacing not recognizing that we had a slow car going down the backstretch.
It probably would have
Yeah,
come here, down as I go spin into the lane, and I swear, hand up, the yellow was already out. I wasn't trying to get one. It's just, you downshift and the tires are hot and mad. And it doesn't.
yeah. This car has a really bad problem with that.
But yeah, no, Dakota sent it in there and made it stick. And I would have given it to you off the back, down the back, but did not get to it. Just
I was surprised though, despite this incident, there was a lot of side-by-side racing through 1 and 2 that was kept clean
Well,
from everybody in the field.
I think netcode aside, if it doesn't happen, this never happens. Honestly.
yeah, no, it was netcode and just unfortunate side effect of online racing.
Yep, is what it is. Luckily, we haven't had too big of an issue. Haven't
No,
said
but
to any Australian
Griffin being
servers
right
yet.
up under my rear end definitely did. That's why I made that move as aggressively as I did. I felt like I had to go.
Griffin, another car that was really, really fast at Darlington.
So this shook us up a little bit as we get a pit stop before we probably would have liked to on lap 27. I know I wasn't trying to pit 27 laps in.
No, I wasn't either. But I know me and Cameron talked about McGill in that wall and his damage, but he has front end damage right here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Oh, yeah.
And it didn't slow him down a bit, so it makes you wonder how much the damage matters at, what is this, intermediate, or is this a short track?
This is an unusual intermediate though.
Yeah. It's more of a short track on it. Like, if you're talking 3 and 4, I treat it more as a short track, but 1 and 2 is more intermediate type speeds at least. But even then, there's nothing really you can compare Darlington to.
No,
Maybe
you
I'll
can't.
get in the line.
3 and 4 feels like a one in like 3 and 4 at Phoenix. Maybe it's a little bit more banked, but like the speeds.
Yeah, the braking pattern is very similar. I can speak for one that I did not feel comfortable at all in this race, so I was just glad to see the checkered flag come out.
Me and you both. I know I said it with about, I think we got a caution late, and I was just like, this race is never going to end. I want it to be over.
Pretty much every restart, whoever was in second, we had a tough time getting going.
Well, here I'll show you how every restart works. The leader launches first and gets the lead, and then second falls into second, fourth falls into third, and third tries their best to get up into fourth before sixth can take it, because the top is better, but they don't know when the launch is. But
Right.
look, I mean, you can see here it's already planned out the way I said.
Yeah.
And that's how every single one was. Like later in the race, I'm gonna line up behind Dakota, and I about shoved you through one of the restarts trying to stay on you, and still ended up fourth out of 2. So.
And if it tells you anything about how hard it was to pass here, I think this entire run I was able to just sit in front of Griffin, despite him probably being a little bit faster than me.
Yeah, and that's what I meant when I was talking about it being a weird intermediate. Like the damage doesn't make a huge difference as long as it's not affecting the suspension, because I mean we're talking about what, 1.5 lanes wide. So
Pretty much.
We looked at the caution between Dakota and I. We're fighting for that same 15 feet of real estate. Dakota was faster and working on me for 5 laps before that, so before he got tired of me and just dumped me.
That's a good way to put it.
That's one way, yeah, for sure.
I didn't have to do that to McGill. I think McGill saw me turn you, and I think I scared him as soon as I got there.
Like I said during the race, Cameron might have had the Intimidator paint scheme, but you were the one doing it. So. think we can skip ahead a little bit here. We got some green flag running.
It stays pretty much like this until about 51, I think.
Yeah, so
We'll at least get another caution whether or not we can find
we'll
a
drop it in
culprit.
here on 47. As Dakota slams another competitor into the wall for the lead.
Yeah, absolutely shoved him in there.
Yep.
I was kind of glad it happened. I really didn't know how I was going to get by him if he didn't do that.
Yeah, I told my dad that in pre-race. I'm like, don't worry about passing anyone. Like, you just run your lap, try and be there when they hit the wall in front of you. Because that's how you pass
That's
here.
exactly what you got to do. Yep. And it's really this car. I kind of feel like I remember running some Xfinity races here where you could dip to the flat. And this car just won't take a transition well enough. And as weird as it sounds, being an intermediate, clean air was the biggest thing you could ever have. If you got out in front of somebody, you could just arrow block them.
Oh yeah, no,
I know when I was
that's what I'm talking about, man. Like, because there's nowhere to run. You just throw your wake in front of the car behind you. We're gonna find out here.
Yeah, because that's what I experienced behind you. As soon as if I dived off in the corner behind you, I was just shoving all the way up to the wall.
Yeah, and I'm sure it was super frustrating, but that's what I was doing to you later in the race after we have the green flag cycle and everything happens. I knew you were running that higher line in 3 and 4, so I ran about middle of it. There we go.
There it is. I forgot about
There.
this one.
Oh, I do remember that. I didn't forget. I thought I was cooked.
Almost
In a
saved
weird
it.
corner.
Almost saved it. Woo. My God, does a good job woeing it up. And again, we're about 25 laps into a run. A little early for pits, but you're not going to stay out there on 25 lap old tires.
Nope. I was really wishing near the end of this race that I could throw on a set of these 25 lap tires.
Oh, no doubt, dude. No doubt. Where were my qualifying scuffs?
Yeah, iRacing, give us scuffs, please.
Kind of surprised that they're not in the game, but I feel like that would complicate a lot of things.
It'd complicate coding. I don't know how they would keep up with that.
Yeah. The only way I think it would do it is to where your last set is automatically your qualifying scuffs, and then you get an extra set. But then you'll just run into people just won't run qualifying laps, so that way they can keep that set.
Oh, that's
Probably
a good
either
point.
that or your scuffs would be utter trash, or they'd still be brand new.
I mean, maybe you could have it to where it sets. Now, there's not really a way that you can do like. There's the only way you could do it, maybe, is if you set it to where at the beginning of the race you can start on your qualifying scuffs and then get an extra set of new tires. But then you'd run into the same thing where people are just not gonna run a qualifying, so they have fresh tires and just an extra set.
Right.
Yeah, there's no good way. There's no real way to do it, so it's best to just leave it alone. But boy, I wanted a limited wear set for the end.
Griffin
Would've
getting
been
a really good start here.
Yeah, I think I aggravate a lot of people with it, but when I'm the leader, I don't fire at the same spot every time.
That's the way it should be, man.
Yep, I do the same thing.
And if you didn't know, as soon as you get your front tires past the start box line, you can go. You don't have to have the whole car in there.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
I was rewatching my Michigan from ARCA or from FNX today, kind of seeing how if it'll translate at all. And I launched the second my grill touched the box on that last restart to try and run and
Yep.
hide.
I still want to see whether or not I was going to catch you there in that race.
I was worried about you.
I really think I was going to get to you if I didn't get unfortunately spun there that last lap. This is one of those rare restarts here where the starting top five for that restart ended up working itself out in the same order. I think I just had a real bad restart there in fourth.
Fourth.
Yeah, I restarted in fourth and then came out in fourth.
Position, not gear.
Oh, I thought you meant gear. I was like,
No,
how
no,
did that
no, no.
work?
I did do that at one point, I think. Or no,
Third?
that was yesterday. Nope. Yes, yesterday night, me and Brandon were racing and in the Misfits Truck League, and I started in fourth from outside front row.
Oh no.
I saved it quick enough, but I still lost. Like any time I could have gained on the leader.
Did you have fun?
Not really. It was New
I didn't.
Hampshire.
I didn't show up. I know.
I was surprised when I saw the results pop up that you didn't start in park like you talked about.
I was
Well,
going
I didn't make
to.
it back.
Yeah, I was going to, but then I set the fastest lap within the first 5 laps, and I was just like, well, maybe I'll try, and then I still lost the race. So
Dakota lost the points lead though.
I did. I did. I messed up. I didn't make it back in time, and then I was talking to Cameron while he was racing, and I was like, "There's only 7 trucks there. David just has to finish, and he'll have more points than that points gap." So I
Dakota
don't know.
still hasn't. Yeah, Dakota still hasn't learned his lesson to stop skipping races.
Well, I mean,
Keep losing this
you would
points
think
lead.
when you've won 16 races in a season, you'd be good, but somehow he's still there.
Playoffs, man, playoffs. I say with no elaboration. All right, going back to this race, I think we'll be pretty uneventful here until lap 91, where we'll have some green flag stops finally.
That's the lap we're on, bud.
Oh, it is? Okay. Well, we'll have it, see it coming up here.
Yeah, Dakota's out to a 6.5 second lead on Griffin. Lappers in between.
Not too shabby.
And here's our first taker.
I pit real early because I hit the wall and gave myself some wheel damage, so close enough to the pit window that I decided to just pit here.
Looks like it's about
And
38 on the tires, so
yeah,
not bad.
I felt I could get a little bit more. I just wanted to, I didn't want to keep hemorrhaging time. Got the two best paint schemes on the track running next to each other here.
Yeah, one of the few times we were side by side, so I lingered on it. All right, Cam, is this not the slowest pit lane?
It is.
Whoa.
It is
Ooh.
very. I think it's 45. I think.
In the background,
Oh,
we got admin sleeping at the wheel since he's on pit road. This could have been a game-changing yellow. Wow.
yeah, I didn't even know that one happened.
Yeah, I don't think either one of us seen that one.
Yep, we were definitely, given the difficulty of this racetrack, we were definitely a little heavy-handed with that caution button.
Well,
as we'll
we
see
kind of
later.
had to
Right?
be. I mean,
No, I think that's the right
to
call.
be at a
Yep.
to be at a
Any other
smaller track where you're gonna go a lap down as soon as you have trouble. We can't leave people just
No.
hanging like that.
The unfortunate part about this track is you kind of got to throw them yourselves because, like that, you spun so far to the inside, iRacing isn't going to throw that caution.
Yeah. No, there's too much runoff, and it's basically a road course, man. You're not gonna get
Yeah.
yellow unless you spin in front of people. I don't think we had a single iRacing triggered yellow.
Well, we had a couple at the end.
Actually, I think that incident we'll get into later with Griffin and Cameron. I think that was
Oh
iRacing.
yeah, that one probably was. Yeah.
I was gonna say we'll get into that later, but that one,
Oh,
that's
boy.
the big one.
But like,
You get 5 big blinks. 6. I'm gonna quit counting.
Hey, James, we don't have to do like how many times you hit the wall counter. We'll just do how many times does Dakota blink counter.
You have the same issue. It's too
yeah,
much.
it's too much. The count is.
I don't know why, but it's too much.
Yeah.
I was shocked by the lack of fall off.
Yep. I think my shortcutting here, or
Because
whatever it's called, I was
undercut.
able to. Yeah, undercut. I was able to stay out. I was able to rotate out in front of Griffin once again, hold him behind me until we got that caution.
But for example, like you're on the third lap on tires running. You ran a 28 or 29.05 that last lap. Dakota on 44 lap tires, a 29.92. So it's 9/10 of fall off over 40 laps. That's nothing.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Yeah. The only time you really notice it is if you're able to get next to somebody who has older tires, because then that's the time they were really able to pass and get by him easily.
Hey, Griffin's here to see the incident we're talking about, by the way.
I saw that he popped up. All right, so we got the rest of the green flag pit stops coming here. Dakota blinks into pit road,
Of course I do.
and Griffin follows without the blink. Dakota,
See,
did you happen to go back?
Griffin's just showing some great internet etiquette here. See him all the way down pit road.
Miguel hits as well.
And of course, James somehow
Oh,
runs 10 more
we
laps off you.
gotta look at this one.
Brandon missed pit road. Oh no.
He missed pit road and then throws it and he puts it in reverse, Terry.
Yep, I remember hearing.
Oh no.
Cameron, I think an exact quote is, Cameron, you might need to clear my black suit.
I was gonna say, how did he not get a disqualification for driving backwards?
Maybe because he was reversing. I don't know.
You reverse long enough, you'll
Usually-
get that black flag.
Yeah, usually. Maybe. I think he stopped right before he got it because it's not very far.
Mm-mm.
No.
Yeah, there. Dakota and company getting off of pit road.
Be really
A lap
interesting
down.
here, seeing where I cycle out. I think you're
I
still
know
out
where
there
you
for a
cycle
couple more laps.
Oh yeah, yep. I just put Dakota and I just put all y'all a lap down.
I remember thinking in my head, of course he's still out there.
Yeah, my goal is get those 3 laps led for the bonus point.
At least you didn't go as long as I thought you were going to, because I was like, there's no way he saved fuel here. He's not going 10 more laps.
No, I was out. I had I think 0.7 laps left in the tank when I pitted. So, but got my bonus point. You wouldn't know it, but this is Dakota.
Yeah, you wouldn't know it at all. I just wish I knew why I did say
Well,
that.
The longer we watch it, I mean, I started blinking a little bit near the end of the race too. I think we had some storms rolling through on Monday.
All right. So
Mine wasn't storms. It's been doing that like the last 2 weeks. I know we had this problem at Richmond too, but I haven't had this problem in a long time. It's my provider, and it's the only one you can get here, and like
Well,
that kind of bottlenecks me.
well, your internet provider saw that you were out so far of a lead. They're like, well, you got to battle somebody, so you might as well battle us.
Battle your inner demons.
Oh man.
No, they put
Yes.
a new node in across the street. All this fancy stuff like 6 months ago, and it fixed it. Now it's just kind of like iffy.
You'll see that undercut for me. I'm able to get out in front of Griffin here, and I think I hold it until this caution. Granted, we should get one here pretty soon. Would have been interesting to see what might have happened if this went green,
Yeah, he looks
whether
like
or not I
he's
was able to hold him off. I
the
was
hold.
definitely slower, given the fact that they were side by side behind me, slowing Griffin down.
You actually surprised me. Like when we pit cycled and I looked at the relative and it said Cameron was behind me, I was like, no way.
I had, what, 6, 7 laps, I think, on running second faster lap times.
Yeah, you are 6 laps fresher than uh, Dakota, Griffin, and Miguel.
Really shows you how much track position is worth, given that gap from me to Dakota versus how I'm forcing Griffin and Miguel to battle behind me just from me slowing them down. And here, this will bring out our caution.
Oh,
This, yep,
Almost
not
saved
quite
it.
able to save it. Yep. This is one of those that I saw and threw the caution because iRacing wasn't going to give it to us.
I think other than me and James, like all the self spins have been out of 4. That was such a tough corner to get out of.
Yep, and that's where I had my 2 issues later with the self spins, just trying too hard. So this was, you guys all took fuel, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what this was.
Yeah,
Because I
yeah,
was like, no way, we're taking our 3rd set 15 laps after.
I think this would have been our
Actually,
fourth
I think
set.
we might take tires here. I
Nah,
think
we
we do
took
take tires
fuel.
here.
We only took fuel. We didn't take tires. This is only 10
We
laps after you guys pit.
he's talking. We had 5 sets in the pits. I think we do take tires here.
No, fuel only for you.
No, just fuel. Yep.
Yep.
Because we took our 3rd set in that caution before this, so we have 2 sitting there now. I really should have taken it if I wanted to compete, just from how old my tires were. But knowing that then I would only have 1 set left, I didn't want to risk that.
Yeah, in my mind here, I was gonna like kind of third the second half of this race. If it went green-ish, I was gonna do like 26, 26, 26 or something like that. But
Yeah.
that was my plan, but the wear wasn't there. So I was just gonna be a split, get it on fuel, and have it set laying, and then that didn't work out.
See, I still don't think I'd do it, but I'm curious what might have happened if I was have taken tires here and been able to take the lead.
You'd have been screwed in
But
the
I
end.
think, yeah,
That's what would have
but
happened.
I would have gotten that bonus point.
Oh yeah, you didn't lead a lap, did you?
Nope, not tonight. Got close a couple times, but just not quite able to cycle up there.
Test my theory here. Yep, there it is. 4th goes to 3rd.
Well, that was going to happen regardless. It was on 10-second or 10 lap fresher tires or 7 lap fresher tires, whatever it was.
Oh, true that.
But yeah, you're right though. There was no, I should, if I was even on old tires, I should have been able to hold that spot.
No, that's what I'm saying though. the bottom is not where you want to be, and so if you don't
Mhm.
clear them into one, you're gonna lose that spot. But
I don't know
Been
if you caught it
interesting.
there, but we've always talked about how aggressive McGill is on restarts, and he
oh
kind of
yeah,
pushed me into the back of you and got me loose.
is that what happened? Because I knew, like I mean, I didn't give you anything for sure. I thought
Miguel
I.
didn't give me much either. I think I got a contact off of him into the back of you right here.
Oh.
Because I dropped back down in front of him to block him, and he's just like, no.
Oh yeah, no, he got every ounce of the restarts, man.
We need somebody to tell Dakota no sometimes.
Miguel's good at it though. Like I know we've had this conversation before. I think it was Richmond. Like you don't want to line up beside him on a restart because he's gonna get you if you're not careful.
hmm
He's. I like to think I'm good on restarts, but he's just blazing.
I think everybody in the back of their mind is thinking tires are going to matter more than they are, and Miguel just said, well, the hell with tires. I want to take the lead.
Well, yeah, and he's kind of where I learned it from. I put bolted on my last set, and I was like, I'll be fine because it's not gonna wear out.
Yep.
There's the one that kills him.
Yeah, that's got to be wheel damage. Oh, that's and that finishes them off for sure.
I think he keys up, ran out of talent or something to that effect there.
Yeah, because he is just all up in the wall. Well, I think right there he's trying to keep it out everybody's way, but
Yeah. I'll put on here 14. There's just.
Miguel pits here, I think.
Oh yeah, he does. He does. Cause
So he's gonna pit for that to fix that damage, and just ends up working out for him given the way the yellows fall. But
yeah, we have a green flag cycle that lets him get it back. Cause here he goes a lap down.
it would have been really interesting how that might have worked out
But
if it had gone green, because I don't really think that he was really that screwed here. Here's me on older tires once again, trying to hold off Griffin.
doing a good job.
I was just trying to walk. I was mirror driving the hell of him. I'm not even gonna lie. I was just going wherever he was going.
yeah,
That's what you had to do, though.
and this is where we're getting into it on up here. Dakota's faster, and I'm just trying to run as much of my line as I can, and run his when he gets close. Because I think we were fluctuating between like 2/10 and 6/10 for like a dozen laps.
Yeah, it was like that for a while, and like I said, once I got up under you, I would arrow push, and it'd get back out to 6/10.
Yep,
Really aggravating, honestly.
I kind of had the similar strategy going into 3 and 4. I was really right on the bottom, not quite as good as you were, but that was where I would felt the most comfortable. And so it really felt like when I switched to night too, there was some speed there in the bottom.
Yeah, so I found that I don't know if the track was hotter or if it was just the usage, but like early in the race, the track was carrying more speed on the bottom. So like what I needed to run in testing to wrap the bottom, I needed to be more aggressive on the brakes in the race to get it to wrap like I wanted it. Excuse me, like I wanted it to. And then as it got to night, I got to run more of what I had tested.
Yeah, I was because that's mainly the way I was doing this way. I didn't really test much for this race, but I just felt more comfortable on the bottom and just had no speed during the day, comparatively to the top. That is.
Yeah, and then you see Dakota gets a good run off of 4, so I'll just throw it in front of him.
Yep, every time. Got
Paying out for 'em.
transparent payment schemes. It must have been the invisible core that kept spinning Richard out.
So yeah, we got a dozen more laps of aero blocking here. Just an accordion. Me and Dakota playing the accordion.
Yeah, if you could have been in my helmet, you would have been laughing because every time I got arrow blocked, I would literally roll my eyes and do it all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to during this section of the race. I was definitely watching what I was saying because I knew what I was doing to Griffin was the exact same thing that was happening to Dakota. So I'm just gonna be quiet here. I don't need to let him know that I'm doing the same thing.
Kim's
No, I
three.
mean nothing like not getting mad about it. It was just like, nah, I know I'm gonna have to do this for 6 more laps to get back to him, and it's just that's what he's supposed to do.
Cam's 2 seconds back taking notes. Ah, yes, that's the line. Okay. And then I don't know if you went back and watched the in-car of this time frame here, Dakota, but like one of the laps before you pass me, you blink from 3 car lengths back and pop up in front of me. It doesn't translate on the iRacing replay, but like on my stream, like I'm looking in my mirror, I see your hood, you blink, I look in front of me, and then there's the Exalta bumper, and I'm like, oh shit! I thought we were gonna wreck because I thought you were gonna blink right into my car. But boy, it was a good jump scare.
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever seen myself do that. So I don't know.
One of the more frustrating things for me in this race, as we saw there, is whenever somebody hit the wall, they didn't seem to lose a whole lot of speed.
If you
It
bounce
actually,
if you bounce it right, it works. But
yeah,
like
it
I
was.
know we talked about it. I think it's pretty much like right before this Goodyear, like this red line right here. If you bounce it right, that's the spot. Kicks you right down to the exit.
Yeah. It's the reason we were being very strict and letting people know not to use the wall to gain time. But
Getting close to some pit stops here.
yep, I believe we'll. I think you're the first one to go pit since you stayed out on that caution.
Yep. I definitely had less fuel. I still had plenty. Oh, there he goes. But you know, I knew I was going to hemorrhage time once Dakota finally gets to me here. What lap we at here? Yeah. So
136 is when you
yeah,
pit.
so we're working 134 here. I have a little bit of a struggle off of 2 and let Dakota have it. I wasn't going to block him to the infield care center, so
Oh, Griffin got by me at some point too there.
Ed, you can't let people know my secrets, man. You'll be coming next
time,
lap.
yeah, next time by,
Yep.
I start losing a little bit to you, so I wave the proverbial white flag and come get a fresh set.
And whether you meant to or not, that really forced my hand on.
That was the goal. Yep.
Yep, because I was gonna run out of fuel and just take my tires as late as possible, and then I was like, well, now I have to take tires like as soon as I can make it to the end.
Yep. That was my goal. Was to I was close enough to my window that I was gonna save just in not in off throttle time. My goal was to force you to pit. I was hoping like right away, but I don't know why we're still on me. That's my fault.
No, because and the reason I didn't was just the fact of like I knew I needed to come and get tires as late as possible. So
Well, and part of me pulling off as early as I did is the possibility of two stopping this last bit. Like
yeah,
if the tire wear got worse as we got darker, just the possibility of that being a thing, I just tried to throw the set on, and if for the last 25 laps I was on fresh tires, then that's what it was.
definitely forced my hand for sure.
Yeah, because you guys come the next time by.
I think it's this time
Yep, right
Yep.
here.
because I came and pitted when I knew I was going to be 2 laps to the good on fuel.
Oh, Richard
So
also
what we
throws it
need
in
to
reverse.
figure out, here is because I get a black flag for unsafe pit entry, and I still don't know how that's possible considering. Looking at it now, I'm within where I need to be.
Yeah, I don't know how you can get an unsafe entry because the line is inside the wall.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Unless the only thing I can think is Edward does not go in the pits. He goes out of the line, and so is it picking it up as I forced them out of the line?
I don't think
I've never seen that.
I don't think that would matter
I wouldn't think so.
unless
I've been trying to figure it out since that happened.
you entered too low. But like, how's that a thing? How you know?
That was my
I don't
initial
know.
thought because that's why I said I was fighting with another car to get to pit road. I was trying to get as far inside as I could, but there's no line to the inside.
Yeah.
I don't know. Regardless, it was cleared, and then in the process of getting it cleared, I managed to speed, so I cleared my own.
Collusion. Improper
Here I
benefit.
was. As soon as I saw Dakota pit, I'm like, all right, I'm pitting this time because I was struggling on those old tires.
I mean, I don't know. Griffin definitely pits 2 lanes higher. I don't know if that matters.
I mean, looks almost
Maybe.
identical. Maybe a little. Maybe he sped coming into the pits a little bit. That's the only thing that
Yeah,
looks
but before the
different. Is
cone shouldn't be.
yeah, I don't know.
Like, I don't even think that the cone here matters. Like, you don't have to be
No,
below that to enter the pits. So, I don't know. That's wild.
might be just one of those iRacing things.
It's me, your boy. Unlapping myself and taking the lead.
Well, not quite yet. You still got to pass Griffin.
Oh, right, yeah. But I knew he was pitting, so.
Yeah.
Mission was accomplished. I had gotten past Dakota.
Me and Dakota weren't really worried about you, to be honest, because we were convinced that you were not going to make it. So, you think you were? I don't know about that.
Might have been
But
close. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to fuel at this point.
I wouldn't say I
doesn't
wasn't
really
worried
matter.
about them. I just turned on the afterburners when I came out the pits and made sure I was going to run them out.
Well, turns out fuel doesn't matter at all, as we'll come to find out here.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
and here's where my race turns to shit. Because Dakota is running faster laps, obviously, on 5-lap fresher tires. But then he drops a 28.78. Where the hell did that come from?
Oh, I was pocketing that one.
Lap 2 on tires, a 28.78. And so you've come from 2.9 back to 1.8. I'm like, uh-oh. So I'm getting ready to get the parachute out and aero block.
I'm in danger.
I really wanted to turn the time that I told you I ran in practice, but I don't know what was different. I couldn't do it.
God love him. You know, Jim fucked me here.
Yeah, it was unfortunate to see.
I mean, just on the exact worst spot. Ugh.
He tries to get out of the way,
Oh
but
yeah,
just
no,
not in time.
he didn't do anything wrong. He absolutely nothing wrong. But like Dakota's 1-1 back when I enter. And he just I mean, I had to adjust, and now Dakota is 0.5 and closing 0.2. And we're back to arrow blocking.
Just like that.
I wanted to run like 5 more laps before you got to me. But yeah, it just becomes the Joey Logano show. Until
I don't know who that is, but yes, I did clean my room. You see my trophies and all my stuff. I have no idea who this is that I'm talking to, but I did.
that's Brandon, isn't it? Beating you 27?
It might be. It might be.
I think we learned that from one of the
Check out.
previous
Brandon
episodes.
runs a different number in like every series and like every account that he has. So I have no idea, but
Yeah, so here you got to the outside of me, and I tried to get on the throttle a little bit earlier, and whoops.
You see, here's good.
not myself
Not
today.
quite. I'll just barely clip the wall, but here I thought Dakota dumped you because all I heard was from Dakota was Cameron throw the caution, Cameron throw the caution, Cameron throw the caution.
A whole straightaway. I was like, don't leave James down there. Throw the caution.
Meanwhile, I'm trying to get through 3 and 4 without wrecking, and I'm like, I'm trying.
It's kind of my bad too. I need to get like my setup a little bit better where I can throw the cautions, but I have to reach up like this and grab my mouse and do it. So I need to like map something on my wheel.
And that's what saves Miguel's race,
Yeah, 100%.
because
He would have had to make another shot.
he is of course I can't doesn't have it anymore.
I think he was running P5, but he's P4 after you spun out.
Yeah, I was hoping to show where, but it looks like my stuff reset on my the lap counter. But I mean, he pitted lap 114, so he was going to be needing to pit.
Yep. Pretty soon.
So he didn't have to go another lap down. So you're welcome, Miguel. I was for you, but I spun myself for you. That's what we'll go
And
with.
then from
Ford
here
my
to the
Toyota
rest of the
Clyde.
race. Yeah, here to the rest of the race, it's I think chaos is the word that I used.
That is definitely a word to describe it.
Turned into Talladega, Daytona races a little bit.
We have an active chat tonight.
Oh boy. I'm not surprised.
We're on the wrong site for all of that, okay?
I don't think any of us are pretty enough for that either, personally, but you know.
No.
Hey, I went third to second here, so this screws up your little average with your
Well, yeah,
theory
but
earlier. Well, that didn't. That didn't do Griffin any favors.
Oh, well, I don't mean you really didn't do anything to Griffin, but that does suck.
Meanwhile, I'm back there in 5th, minding my own business, watching all 3 of you
Okay,
hit the wall.
everybody's hitting the wall. Holy.
Yeah.
Yep, and it's about to go down.
Yeah, what we were talking about Miguel being aggressive on restarts, I was driving my ass off trying to keep him behind me, which we'll just let it play.
Slide job, slide job.
Griffin takes the scenic route for turn 3.
You took the scenic route. I took the scenic route. I got to see the infield out my windshield.
I mean, that was a Knoxville National slider. I don't. You got to respect the hustle, but holy crap!
Credit to Griffin, man. He instantly in the mic'd up. He says, "I don't know what the hell I was thinking."
I was sitting there like, I don't know what you're thinking either.
You know what? You know what, Ed? It's funny that you point that out because it did happen to be Cameron.
Oh man.
You know what? And to Ed's point, that is a Sterling Marlin throwback, wrecking a Dale Earnhardt throwback.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, jeez.
Get a little morbid tonight, guys.
Yeah. All right, restart lap 160. We got 16 to go. Surely we'll get this thing going.
See how long it takes this time.
I think this is our longest run for the rest of the race here, because I did a pretty good job holding you back. Also defeating my theory of third falls to fourth. Yes, he was a Dale Earnhardt throwback on a Toyota.
Where have you been, Brandon?
Blasphemy.
Hey, maybe Dale was happy about it. I finished third, number 3, finished third. I mean, hey. You couldn't be too happy, obviously. I would have to win for him to be real happy.
Did Dale win a lot at Darlington? I don't think he did.
I couldn't tell you.
I think that was one of his weaker tracks.
So,
I get you a stat sheet.
Hold on, Cal.
he won 7 times there, it looks like, or 8.
Oh, never mind. I
8
lied.
times. He won a lot.
No,
there.
I'm the one. I'm the one with the blasphemy. My bad, Dale.
Rare pass for position on track without a wreck.
No, Griffin's wrecking for you back there.
Oh, don't worry. There's a wreck here in a minute. After I worked by Miguel. For lap after lap. We're not watching Dakota because he's out to a 1.5 second lead.
What?
So we're gonna watch where the action is.
Look, I'm right there. What do you mean?
Way too much battling going on back here for anybody to even attempt to.
Oh, I can already tell this is not going to be good. Oh, man.
I thought I escaped it until that happened.
Yeah.
You want to say 1 and 2 is not the place to make that move, but where do you make that
No,
move?
there's nowhere to make the move. What was? And he again,
Almost.
credit to Miguel. He apologized right away. But like I was just so frustrated because I, for like 4 or 5 laps, worked to pass him cleanly, and then he just sent it into one. But 'tis what it is. Oh,
I was just mad at myself for almost escaping that one, but then not quite.
I mean, you didn't take too much damage, but
No, I don't think I got any, but I had
cooked a
already
tire.
spun on those tires once, and I didn't have another set sitting there.
Yeah, cooked a set of tires.
I cooked him the first time. The second time, I burnt whatever I was cooking.
did you have a fast repair there, James, or you just riding with damage?
It was
I
tires,
don't
from
know
what
if
I
I
remember.
did. I don't think I got. Oh, you know what? I definitely did. I definitely did fix it. I had a fast repair.
I'm working really hard here trying to get past Miguel for that points situation we got going up there. Not quite sure. I think that last corner's the closest I get to him. I think I cooked myself too much. Something that snuck under the radar is Griffin Deer taking the fastest lap away from Dakota.
Yeah, I got the call through my radio. I was not happy. You know, it sucks when it happens and you don't have any more tires left.
No.
Well, credit
And
to
I do
Griffin
think the
for
track.
putting it down on 12 lap old tires too.
Yeah, that's a feat.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, not 12. No. Yeah, he did. Yeah, 12 lap old.
I didn't realize his tires are so much newer than mine at the end. I'm on like what 22 laps right there.
20 it looks like, and he's at 15. I don't know how that works. He must not have pitted for fuel or topped off or something at some point. Whoa! What a save! That sucker's wrecked. What a save!
Wow.
He really did drive all the way out of that. That's crazy.
See, I remember seeing that happen, but I didn't exactly know. I saw Miguel go by him, and I didn't know what caused that.
Yeah.
Could have been a lot worse for Griffin.
Double downshift maybe.
You guys want
But
to see a
we
double
got one of those
downshift?
coming up. I don't think so, because we'll find out what happens with that.
Unless he caught it and reset it super quick.
But the immediate like save is just insane though, because he's still pushing just immediately, like not sliding. Most of the time with these cores, you get those rear tires hot. I mean, you're gonna slide until you let them cool back down.
Well, it's wild because it's so counterintuitive. Like when it breaks like that, you almost just have to let go of the wheel and let it fix itself, and then just grab it when it's straight. Because man, you put any like counter steer into it, and it's gonna bite and wreck, like we saw with Richard earlier off of 4.
Oh, it's got to be that independent suspension. That definitely doesn't help.
You guys want to see a double downshift? I'll show you a double downshift.
I will say, I saw that happen.
There it is.
Dakota raised some suspicions on whether or not that was accidental or not.
Yeah, I wanted to cook my last set even more.
Well, no. Me and Cameron were talking about it, and you said double downshift, and then you went into the pits, and I told Cameron, I said, double downshift. He got a set of tires left.
Yeah, we were both sitting there like, oh, he's definitely got another set. That's why he did that.
No, that was
I was up there. I was nervous on the pole.
That's so I'd been downshifting to fourth all night, and then if I missed, I would go to third, and so I kind of missed and was rolling up the hill. So I went to third, and it popped to second, and around she went.
I'm actually surprised going to second you didn't blow your engine.
Yeah, I don't know. I got lucky. Here I come to put my last set on.
Kind of a bipolar race from you. I mean, you've led laps. You've went all the way to the back twice.
I led more laps in this race than I led all season, just about. I led 39 coming in, and I led 37 tonight, or something like that. 40 and 37.
I will
Yeah.
say your race was a lot more reminiscent of some of my races, where pretty fast and then fall off, and then pretty fast and then fall off.
Well, part of
from my own doing.
my race's bipolarness was from our little net code excursion early. I kind of just I was mired in traffic the whole race.
Yep.
Yeah,
that
definitely.
that.
But you regrouped twice. I mean, this is the third time you've went to the back.
Mm-hmm. Well, and now we've learned that second gear in 3 and 4 doesn't work, and we'll find out that first gear on a restart doesn't work.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
All I could, because Dakota heard his engine. He goes, "He's in first gear," and I go, "I really hope not." And then he spun in front of me, and it was confirmed.
First gear.
Well, I thought there was no way. Yeah.
Oh, trust me, there's no way. I think like in the very small amount of time between him starting to spin and then me hitting him was when I was like, "Yep, he's in first gear."
Looking out my
There's
windshield.
not much you can do there.
No, yeah. Looking out my windshield, I see that thing jump 90 degrees to the right, and I'm like, "Oh no!" And I tried to turn left. Cam ripped my right front off.
Oh man.
And at this point, no fast repair, I assume.
Correct, yeah.
Ugh.
Luckily, I only had like 20 seconds of damage, I think, which I tracked this big, able to get that all fixed.
And now a green-white checkered.
I'm actually interested to hear how I got up. I got up to fourth somehow, and I'm not sure how I did that.
You got to third, didn't you? Or did Miguel finish in front of you?
Oh, no. I did. I don't know what happened. Yep, never mind. Disregard what I said. I ended up getting back up to third.
Yeah, I got right front wheel damage here, and just trying to keep you behind me. Maximize.
Interesting that you did have wheel damage there, because it didn't look like it.
Oh yeah, I know you. Like when you got into Miguel and bounced down, you ripped my right front off.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, but I was surprised you were able to keep me or keep that out in front of me.
And then Miguel misses 2 for the first time, and whoops.
Yeah.
And there.
Just had him hitting the wall and bouncing up into you. I think contact was inevitable, but was helped along with that wall.
Oh, I didn't realize how close Griffin got. He sent it.
Yeah, he sent it in there. I was like, oh no, he's gonna Larson me.
He said he's either going to see God or the checkered flag.
And he saw neither. And Dakota
Just like tap.
brings home win number 3 on the year. So let's bring in our winner, Dakota Nichols. Welcome to the show.
How y'all doing tonight?
Not as good as you, bud. Oh, blinking on the Sully.
No, I
Blinking on the silly.
I was pulling up there to give him a little congratulatory nudge, and he blanked out and then was in front of me.
Hey, I do preheat my microwave, and guess what? It finishes my food before yours, guaranteed. Little fun fact: you can put your tires in the microwave too. Now you know.
Is that a grip hack? that
I
a
wouldn't
life
call it a
hack?
grip hack. It's I can't touch on that too much.
The antithesis.
Cameron, I'd never noticed this. You brought out a Dale scheme on a Toyota in front of the Earnhardt Towers.
Oh no, I think I definitely
That's
noticed that.
crazy. That's crazy.
Hey, that's exactly where I wrecked multiple
Of course.
times.
That's Dale working in mysterious ways, is what that is. Oh, so all in all, good night. Other than some of the chaos, what'd you boys think of the race as a whole?
Um,
Other than
I
I'm
really
happy I
enjoyed
won.
it. Yeah, I'm very ecstatic. I'm very ecstatic. I won. Um, Overall, I think to start out the race, um, not a lot of tire wear. We really expected a lot of tire wear coming in. Didn't really have a whole lot of that. So, you have Miguel up front leading early as the rest of us are trying to save tires, and then midpoint of the race, I get to the lead and we kind of shuffle around. I think you drove yourself back up to third. Cameron's sitting in fourth. Not a whole lot of passing. I know we said passing's at a premium, but just I feel like there was 3 stages of that race, and everybody drove each stage differently, and that's really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that it was very interesting. They had multiple people have to get off sequence. That I think everybody got lucky with the way cautions ran. Just I think everybody, maybe except for Dakota, got off sequence at some point and needed the caution to save them. And so, luckily, the cautions fell out. That we were able to those last 30 laps just start throwing haymakers, and it got interesting for a little bit. Well, they're frustrating at times for some people, but they got it done.
Yeah. I mean, I never was off sequence. I don't think, other than like you guys had like 10 laps more fuel than me. The one, but I was pitting as soon as Dakota passed me. Whether that was, well, obviously not if it would have been like right on the restart, but um, you know, because I wasn't gonna beat you by driving past you. I needed to pit differently, and um, I knew if I put myself in front of you, I would have a shot. Even at a tire disadvantage, we saw that a couple times with all the aero blocking. So, um, I hurt myself with the self spin, trying to maintain that. On the second time, I was blocking like my life depended on it, and that really changed the race for me. Had to put that last set on, and um, didn't want to do that early. So
Yeah, I think if you're able to stay in front of me and not self spin right there, I really think it's a whole different race. Because like I said multiple times during the race, like I said multiple times tonight, I do not know how to pass here. I still don't know if you can pass here in this car at all. So if you could have stayed out in front of me, it'd been way different.
yeah, because like the first time I was aero blocking you, I think I had like 10 lap older tires or something like that, and then oh no, I had fresher tires, so that's actually not. But like I was only 5 lap older tires than you on that second stint. So without a self spin, without issues, I would have been interesting if that would have gone green. How that would have gone? Because yeah, I'd probably make a mistake at some point and let you get by, but you know,
Yeah, and I think that issue we had early really made me drive really conservative. And I think we talked about this. You were aggressive, vice versa at the same time. So I don't know if I do ever get by you.
yeah. So I knew because you weren't sure if you dumped me or not that you were going to be at least in the middle portion of the race, maybe not at the end, but at the middle portion when I was leading, that you weren't going to go crazy forcing the issue.
Yeah.
So I knew I could throw a little bit more of an aggressive slider, or throw that bumper in front of you and get your arrow upset. Without that, I probably don't do that. So because while it was at that point, I thought it was a racing incident, I was still frustrated enough that I was gonna throw a little bit more of a block than I normally do. So
Yeah.
I think we can move into standings, unless Cam, you got anything else to add about the race?
Nope, I think we touched on everything.
Alrighty. So coming into tonight, post Talladega, this is what we were looking at a 7-point gap between Miguel and Brandon for the last spot on points. Or I'm sorry, for 7th and 8th in points, in case there were a new winner. And then post Darlington, we have a 3rd win sticker for Dakota. And that Miguel Brandon gap jumps to 12. Of note, Dakota's win eliminates the possibility of more winners than spots, so everyone with a win is locked in.
Good to mention, though, that if we see Richard or somebody else from outside the playoffs get a win, then that'll put Miguel and Brandon right on that playoff battle, and that'll be real interesting if that happens to happen.
It's a possibility.
Definitely is, especially we got Michigan coming up. Wouldn't say it's an easy track, but it's easier. So we should be pretty close, everybody from first to last there.
The
And
draft
we
will
got,
play a factor.
I think it definitely does. And then, well, we'll get into the remaining schedule later. But yeah, I definitely was happy with that. I know you and Miguel probably weren't happy about it, but that last little wreck you guys had on the last lap helped me a lot to stay ahead of Miguel. If he gets that spot, I think we'd be tied, assuming that you beat him to the line, then we'd be tied. If he would have finished in second, I'd be sitting -2 to him. So really just goes to show that every position matters, and that it could have really swung at least between first and second here.
Into the statistics portion, Dakota up to 439 laps led. Hey, did you bring enough laps led for the rest of the class, Dakota?
We're not done yet. We're not done yet.
I was gonna say he'd rather not share quite as much.
Yeah.
Michigan will be interesting. I think somebody will catch me a little bit there.
Let's hope.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I'm not a lead laps guy. I'm a be there at the end and get points guy. But like I said, I jumped from 40 or 39 to 77, so that's most laps I've led in a long time at anything.
I mean, with me, I don't really lead that many laps either. 140 of those laps came at my win at North Wilkesboro, in which Dakota decided to kiss that outside wall. So it's I probably wouldn't have that many, even if I did win that race had Dakota been able to keep it off the wall. But
I hate to bring this up right now, but correction, Jackson has 2 wins.
no, it doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
Sonoma and Charlotte.
I won Sonoma.
Oh. Somebody else had 2 wins.
No.
No, you're the
No, we
only
were
one
waiting for the
4 to
second
1.
one to pop up and lock everybody in, and you did it with your 3rd win.
Okay.
My front
Right.
bumper met Dakota's or Jackson's rear bumper, and that's how I got Sonoma. So
You don't remember the first controversy of the season?
Now I do. I could have swore there was 2 people with 2 wins coming into this week, and I guess I was wrong.
nope. All right, remaining schedule, as you mentioned, Michigan next week.
That'll be real interesting. Little late substitution there. Originally it was Martinsville, but little bit different of a track. Not too different. I think they're gonna race pretty similarly for sure.
Basically the same, except Dakota's not going to lead 200 laps.
Dang it.
If we'll see. I think that's going to be a really close race, really draft dependent. Don't want to really get into any trouble there, as um, you can really end up going. It can hurt you a lot if you lose that draft. We'll get into Michigan a little bit more later, but we'll have Indy to wrap up the season. Should be a little bit more straightforward of a track, but we'll see.
I think
I
for
know there's a
mileage.
couple people that, yeah, exactly, and I think that there's a couple people that have a little bit more confidence going into that race, myself included. Um, really looking forward to that one as well. And then All-Star race in the playoffs, and we get to those when we get there. But these last two races are going to be real interesting to see, both at the playoff cut line and at the playoff lead. Because as a reminder, P1 in the regular season standings will get 12 playoff points. P2 will get 9, and then P3 gets 6, and then it just goes down to 1 from there. P8 getting 1 playoff point in the regular season standings. That is. So if you're in the playoffs, but you say I have a win and you're outside of the top 8, then you do not get playoff points from your regular season finish. So a lot of point swings can happen there, and difference between first in the regular season and third is 6 points. So a lot of jockeying with this battle here at the top of the standings.
Yeah, a couple back-to-back home races for a couple guys here. Technically, Michigan's mine, being from Ohio, and Griffin from up north there, also Michigan, and then some guy in the league with the Indy home race.
Yeah, I wonder who that could be. If I mean, for those of you who don't know, I could probably walk to IMS right now if I wanted to. Well, not quite. I'm not doing that. It's scary out here.
Been to Indy, can confirm. Downtown's a little sketch.
Yeah, I won't have to. Well, yeah, I would have to walk downtown. Never mind. But yep, I
Speedway's
could
nice
drive
though.
there. But yep,
Um,
real close here to me.
yeah, I'm 4 hours from Michigan, 4 hours from Kentucky, 4 hours from Indy. So pick a home track for me, I guess.
Little Martin Truex Jr. action. You
Yeah,
just pick
yeah.
whichever one you want.
All of them are my home track. Whichever one I do best at.
Yeah, wasn't Truex like Chicagoland? I swear they said that one time.
As
Pretty
the
sh-
meme they did, but
Oh,
like, it was
okay.
it was
Oh,
Pocono, Dover, New Hampshire, Watkins Glen. All of the Northeast tracks were his home track.
yeah.
That's fair.
I guess before we get into
Announcements.
Dakota's announcements, we're just gonna go ahead and do a Michigan preview real quick, unless you want to do that later. But
No, we
well,
got the
nobody
schedule
spoke.
pulled
So
up. So
all right, so we'll have 90 laps, 250.24 miles.
nope, that
I
was
believe.
Darlington.
I don't. Oh, that was Darlington. I'm stupid.
180
180
miles.
miles. I did not change that from last week. So, but anyway, so we'll return to one fast repair. So you're not going to get 2 this week. It'll be 1. Back to the normal as we get more toward a normal track. Not expecting as much attrition. And then back to 3 sets of tires. So we've had 5. Well, we had 5 for Charlotte and then Darlington. Tires not really mattering at Talladega, but back to 3. And then I think that's it in terms of changes for Michigan. So who do you guys expect to see out front for this one?
Well, I'll lead off here. I think this is gonna be another. We're gonna go back to more or less green flag racing. I think we're gonna, unless maybe a slider or two goes wrong, but I think it's gonna be a quick race, and I think if I'm gonna follow Dakota's lead last week and pick from us, and I'm gonna say Mr. Camron Arendt gets it done. You were
Okay.
super fast at the end of the Michigan FNX race, so that's my pick if I'm not picking myself.
I guess for my pick, I want to pick myself, but I don't think that I'm going to. But I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna. I'll expand more on something else in a second, but I'm gonna pick. As much as I don't want to see him win, just from the regular season point standings, I see Miguel winning this one. He's fast at all the mile and a halves. This one's a track that's real fast everywhere around it, and knowing Miguel as somebody who can run pretty much anywhere, pretty much in any track, any line, um, with how many lines you can run at Michigan, I see him being real fast. But I would, I was expecting you, James, to say Dakota. However, my counter to that will be, and I think Dakota would admit to this, his weakness is tracks in which you can draft and stay with him. And so I would say that that's his weakness, and that we could see something different happen in terms of this particular race with how much drafting matters.
So Miguel is your pick then?
Yes, Miguel was my pick, however.
Yeah, that's what I thought you would say. So let me offer this as a rebuttal. I did win. I did win Michigan last week, by the way.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
I beat my weakness. However, I will not be picking myself today. That's not what we're doing. I look. This is going to be the sneakiest of sneak picks. I'm not picking anybody in the top 8 anywhere near the top 8. Give me Ed Tucker off the medical waiver, please.
Man just wants to pressure Ed to race this week.
Look, he's got Homestead down. If he's got Homestead down, I do look for him to be fast at Michigan.
You are correct. Me and him had a little battle at the end of that FNX race at Homestead, and any more laps in that race, he would have got me. So yes, I can definitely see him being really, really fast.
I do want to touch on that for anybody that might be wondering. Ed's only ran 2 races this year.
3. He got third. He got a third one in. But yeah.
But for medical reasons, we are going to give him a waiver. Now, if he doesn't win the next 2 races, he's out of the playoffs. But if he does happen to win one of the next 2 races, I feel like the medical issues that he had, we should, because I know if it wasn't for medical issues, he'd be racing with us. So
For sure.
I almost made a joke, but I have no idea
Well.
what his medical issues were, so I'm not gonna. I was gonna make some joke about some kind of disease, but I'm gonna leave it alone because I have no idea and I don't want to be insensitive.
Well, mile and a half might be your thing, Ed, but this is a 2-mile racetrack. Not to be ticky tacky.
yeah, Kyle Busch Volume 2, that'd be great. That'd be awesome. That would tickle me.
All right. Well, those are our picks. So we've got James picking myself. We got me picking Miguel. And Dakota's pick is Ed Tucker.
To nuke the cut line. That would bring the Miguel Brandon thing way into play.
Depending on how Richard does this race, too, if that happened, we could have a real intense 3-way battle. I will say, however,
Richard and Ed photo finish. That's all I'm saying.
Alrighty, we can move on to news from the winter.
Oh, is it breaking news?
I guess.
No. New segment. I know we haven't done this yet. So kind of something I wanted to do this week. I've got a IRL race coming up. Be the Morgan Sheffield Memorial Race Saturday, September 27th. I run 602 Sportsman. We're racing for 3,016 to win. Morgan's number was 16, so they just take the 3,000, throw the 16 at the end of it. All that lovely stuff. I think it'll be a good time. I know most people in here are nowhere near Georgia, so I would say pull up, but you might have to fly up. But yeah, it's I'm looking forward to it. I actually just got the finishing touches put on the car earlier today. Other than got to change a set of spark plugs, but my crew chief Ed's in the chat. Shout out Ed. I know we're both ready. We're both excited. So
Hey, Dakota, I'm gonna need to advocate for Ed here. You got to give him a raise.
that $16 is more than what I get. What do you mean? I don't get
Let's
paid
be honest.
nothing.
Let's be honest. Any success that you will have on the racetrack is due to Ed.
It is. It is. I don't get paid
Yeah.
nothing, man.
There's the old whip.
Yep, there's the old whip. That is that's not at the track we're going to. That's all taken Lake City, Florida. Probably my favorite track right now. But if I ever have a race upcoming there, we'll touch more on that.
All right, I think that's all we had prepared. If anyone else got anything?
Oh
I
no,
mean, I
that's
don't
it.
know.
Unless
I,
Cameron's
I
got
mean,
anything.
I might be feeling some type of way. You think this is more important than the Bathurst 1000 on iRacing, but
It is absolutely more important than the Bathurst 1000.
no, I'm joking. I hope you have a great race this weekend, and
I seen you run
should hear about it.
Bathurst.
See me run
I'd,
Bathurst.
man, I'd love to load into an 8-hour race and we die on lap 3.
You know, that wasn't Bathurst. That was Nürburgring.
No, that was a 6-hour we ran there. I'm talking about when you showed me when you ran the official series.
Well, here's hoping you use up all your
I
luck
don't
and
know.
get a dub this weekend at your dirt race,
Hey,
Dakota, and then you come
that's the
back
plan.
and fall apart down the stretch.
No. We're gonna win both. I hope.
Has it been 4 races that you've won in a row? Are we getting close to that? We know you can't win 4 in a row.
Yeah, no, I've always had that problem across the 3 leagues. So
We're at
I
3.
won.
It'll be if he wins Friday, it'll be 3.
Yeah,
So he'll come back from Michigan
yeah.
and fall apart. Let's go.
Actually, no, it'll get reset. So I won Bristol last week. I won the FNX race Thursday, and I won. So I can't win
Bummer.
tomorrow night.
Dang.
Yeah, so it gets
We
reset
almost-
after tomorrow night. So
All right, well, you've got the dirt race on Saturday or Sunday. Well, you probably won't show up to that one. There's no way. All right, well, Dakota's gonna win because it's gonna get reset.
Can I change
What,
Heard
it
it here
Sunday?
first. The PRL dirt.
oh, I'll make that.
Oh, okay.
I'll make that. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess speaking of Dakota on dirt, we can touch on it real quick. He won the first race of the PRL dirt season
I'm shocked.
this past Sunday.
To everyone's shock.
Yeah, come to find out later, he was just toying with everybody. That's the only reason he didn't lap the field, but it's neither here nor there.
We didn't have to tell them that. We did not have to tell them that.
Oh man. All right. Well, I think that's everything we have. Unless you guys have anything else.
No. Good luck this weekend, Dakota. And we'll see you boys from Michigan on Monday.
Absolutely. Thank you, and we'll see y'all next Monday.
Yep. See y'all on Monday for Sunday and Monday for the races, and we'll be back next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time for Common Review Michigan. I'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Thanks, guys.